when people do have a plan in terms of growing backlinks, and a part of that might be buying backlinks, where do people go wrong when they're buying backlinks? For example, metrics that they might be looking at and thinking I just need links with this DR. Where are people going wrong by not understanding as much as they should, or knowing or having an education around what a good backlink actually should look like before they go away and purchase? Because a lot of people will get taken advantage of, right? There's so many companies that will sell just links that have this DR but no traffic.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And that question is actually very complex, and not only complex because it's difficult overall to assess an individual link, because you have to take a few things into consideration that I'm going to explain in a second. But, and I think this is the bigger issue when assessing links, everyone has their own different opinion about quality of links and what quality entails.
Yeah, just like every SEO has a different thought process around like the disavow of backlinks and the backlink building strategy and content creation. Everybody's it's cool. It's good though. It's good that we can listen to all these different SEOs and make our own assumptions. So we'll definitely take that in consideration, Rad, because we respect what you've got to say.
Yeah, look, so I've seen people who say, any link is a good link, especially if it's free, which I partly agree with that, because every signal to Google is a signal to Google, right? But I've also seen people who say, oh yeah, now you can't even ask for links because Google might get pissed off. But I think and this is what we do. This is what we believe in. The truth is somewhere in the middle. Okay, so our process is usually to obviously look at DR, which is just an industry standard that allows you to somewhat understand the authority of the site. Obviously, DR you can pump, which is and it's easy. There are a gazillion offers on Fiverr where they will just pump and usually dump your DR. So together with DR, we actually look at the ratio of inbound links versus DR, and that tells us, if there's, for example, if there's 3,000 referring domains and DR is only, let's say, 40, then that's an indication that this DR might not be necessarily of high quality and or authority. Okay, we use another, let's say, twin metric that we also look at, which is referring domains versus backlinks, the number of individual backlinks. And that tells us, for example, if a site gets a lot of site-wide links, because obviously then there's only one referring domain, but might be thousands of individual backlinks. Okay, and obviously these are the metrics that you can get from Ahrefs, and I think it would be too easy or at least too easy to manipulate and too easy for Google to actually be smarter than that. So another thing that we look at this at is actually the site itself. If it looks legitimate, if it has like a contact page that has more than just a form or an email address, if it has some about us pages or something that indicates that it's a more or less legitimate site. Okay, obviously, I've worked with many affiliates who hide their identity behind the site, and they would even have it verified in Google My Business. So obviously, everything is manageable in terms of faking. Right? You can fake pretty much everything, but if you think about it, let's say Google looks at the site and it checks all the boxes, right? The quality is good, the content on the site is good. It's not, generating tons of content only, and every single post has like 5 outbound links to different domains, which is, by the way, another thing that we look at. But from Google's perspective, what's the difference if the site is legitimate, it provides value to the internet, to the users? What's the difference between PBN or a TechCrunch website, right? Obviously there's a big brand behind it, but if you're thinking about growing site, even if it's your PBN, you can actually build it into being a well-respected, let's say, niche site that is nothing but a PBN, right? And I don't see anything wrong in getting a link from a site like this, right?
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. And I guess sometimes people will hold, and this will be, I don't know if it's a mistake, but sometimes people will hold more value in a site that has a big brand and a big DR and all that sort of stuff versus something that's so within their niche. Say they're in the fishing space and they're getting a link from TechCrunch versus like one of the biggest fisherman, fisherwoman in the States or the world. Obviously, I would be trying to go for a link that's very in the niche, because that's going to send authority and traffic our way for within that niche, plus the traffic there. So I don't know, it's obviously that's going to be dependent on the link from TechCrunch and the Fisher person, but I think a lot of people may not see Val or just see the DR and the big brand and go for that, rather than knowing that it may actually be better for the user of that link coming from that site to come to your site, rather than somebody going from TechCrunch to a phishing site.
Yeah, I mean, that's spot on. I mean, I wouldn't say no to a link from BBC or TechCrunch, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But if I have a niche site about kayaking or fishing, and I get a link from a fellow niche site in kayaking, about kayaking or fishing, then that's golden, right? That's probably the best link relevance you can get towards your site. Okay.
Yeah.
One thing I would distinguish here is, why are you getting that link? Okay, because quite often, if you get a link from something big, something with a lot of traffic, like TechCrunch, if we're using this example now, then you're probably gonna get a lot of traffic from that link too. Okay, so from SEO perspective, I think it's actually pretty difficult to measure how much a link from TechCrunch is going to bring you, like, genuinely. You're going to get traffic, you're going to get your DR will probably hit through the roof. You're gonna get a lot of trust and authority, but in terms of pure SEO, all of these things are somewhat difficult to measure. Okay, so if you're getting a link from a phishing site, and it's relevant from the article that is relevant to your article and has a great anchor text, then you're definitely going to feel that link. Okay, whereas TechCrunch, quite often it's only a domain name or a brand name, right? But again, depends what you get this link for. Right? What's the purpose? If the purpose is building trust, building your brand name, or getting traffic, then obviously TechCrunch is better. When this link is about getting niche relevance, getting trust within the niche, and for purely SEO SEO/ranking purposes, then the link from a phishing site might be better for you. Just to highlight that, I wouldn't say no to neither of them.